had the opportunity to work on two really beautiful eyeshadow palettes over the past month in my No Pan Left Behind project pan. So I've been working on my Natasha Denona Glam palette, which looks like this. It hopefully looks a little bit more used and abused than it did last month. And as you can see, this is a very neutral, everyday, cool tone palette. And it was very kindly gifted to me by my wonderful friend Ali. So every time that I mention this palette, I'm of course going to thank Ali. And then I have also been working on a singles palette. Every month I randomize new singles to use in this palette. And that is what we're going to be doing today as well. So definitely stick around to the end so that we can see our brand new color story. And I, little spoiler, have used every single shade in this palette bar 2, I think. So we're going to have a very new color story very soon. So I'm very excited about that, and I hope you are as well. But just before we do jump into the video, you guys know the drill. You know what to do. Like and subscribe to this channel if you like project panning and bright, fun, colorful makeup looks. I've recently had quite a few new subscribers, so hello everyone, welcome. I hope you enjoy my content. I'm absolutely in awe of the love that this channel has gotten recently, and I just want to say the biggest thank you. You guys are incredible, and I hope you stick around for a very long time. Okay, so let's get into it. I'm going to share some looks that I did this month with these products, but I should probably let you know what this project is. I nearly forgot there. I basically pick one pre-made palette and then randomize a singles eyeshadow palette, and I use every single shade at least one time to make, you know, different looks or bright, colorful looks. And it mainly just lets me play around with some palettes that maybe I haven't used very much or that are new in my collection, and they let me have a good understanding of that palette. I absolutely love this project. It's very chill. It's very no commitment, which I need in an eyeshadow palette project. So let's jump into the looks. This is the first look. I really like this look. It's a pink crease with a blue wing and then a bright yellow under eye, and I did use my singles palette for this look. So let me walk you through what I used and where. So I started with Hot Fudge, which is this super cool toned neutral shade, and I put that in my outer corners here. And I love shades like this. I absolutely love cool tone neutrals. I feel like they really go with my coloring, my blue eyes, my dark hair. I love shades like this so much. So I'm going to take the shades out when I talk about them, just for some like visual, I don't know what to call it, visual stimulation, I don't know. So then I blended that out with this super light dusty pink. This is from the Revolution Maxi Reloaded palette, and it's the shade 13. However, I really couldn't see it. There's not much pigmentation in this at all. It looks very similar to my skin tone. So I spent a very long time trying to build this up and blending it out. So I'll take that out. But in the end, I decided to go over it with this brighter, more warm peachy pink, and that definitely added a lot more pigmentation. It added the kind of look that I was going for, so I used this one as well. This is the shade Candid Peach from the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. Then I put this shade in the middle, which is Luscious, also from the Sweet Peach palette, all over my lid as a base for my super beautiful glittery Pastel Roses shade. You guys know I absolutely love that brand. That brand is my life, okay? So this is the shade that I have all over my lid underneath my glittery, beautiful shade. And then I decided to use this blue here as a wing. It is slightly patchy, and I was building it up and building it up and building it up. It was kind of falling off, you know, so it's not the best quality blue in the world. And this is also from the Revolution Maxi Reloaded palette, and it's the shade 12. I did use a bright yellow under the lower lash line, but that is not in this palette. So with this first look, we have used a lot of this palette already, which I am so so excited about. And I'm very happy to say that I have also used 2 more shades from this palette. So that is for this look, and I love this look so much. I have said recently that my creativity is definitely lacking, and I think it's just because I've been so busy over the past few weeks. But for this look, I sat myself down and I said, right, I need to give myself time to be creative. Today's the day that I'm going to do a crazy makeup look, and this is what I did. So for this look, I used mostly my Subculture from ABH, but I also used this green right on the center of the lid just to top off the green mattes that I used. This is the shade Highland from the Pastel Roses. It is stunning. And then I also used this yellow shimmer, which is the shade Tiger's Eye from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I tapped that over the yellow mattes that I used right on the inner part of the lid just to bring some sparkle. It was originally an all matte look, but I wanted something different. I wanted some sparkle, some shine, so I added those 2 shades as well. So that leaves 2 shades in this palette, which I am so excited about. I'm going to be randomizing a lot of single shadows, so definitely stick around for that. But just before we do, I am going to talk about my Natasha Denona Glam palette, because this is the second palette that I've been working on this month. And as I said, hopefully you can see some shades do have some disturbance on it. It was pretty brand new when I rolled it in. Ali only sent it to me last month, like mid-February, I think. This has not been in my collection for very long, and I have some thoughts. So let's jump into the looks. So this is the first look that I did. Very, very cool tone, work appropriate. I absolutely love this look, and it uses my favorite shades. I have kind of figured out the shade Lash Line, the shade Crease, the shade Inner Corner, and Center Eyelid. My favorite quad in the world. I could depot these shades, use that as a quad, and absolutely love my life. I absolutely adore it. So for this work look, I of course started with Lash Line all in my outer corner. I blended it out with Crease, and then I blended that out with Transition. Then I put Center Eyelid all over the center eyelid, and then I used Inner Corner, guess where? On my inner corner. You're right. So that is what this look is. And like my singles palette, I am going to pop out the shades because there are little holes in the back where you can pop out the shades. And I just think it works better for a visual representation. That's how I like to do things anyway. I think it's easier and I think it's nicer. So I'm going to pop out those shades. Okay, so these are the shades left. I did also do a second look with this palette. Unfortunately, I forgot to take a picture of it, but it was very, very, very similar to the last look. And I used Smoke on the outer corner and through the crease. I blended that out with Blend. Then I put Brow Bone all over the lid, and then I put Inner Corner up here on the inner corner. However, I found the inner corner is way too dark for my inner corner, and that's one of the reasons I really don't like the names in this palette, because it feels quite restrictive. Obviously, you can put these shades anywhere you want. You don't have to keep to what Natasha recommends, but I just feel like name them normal names, and then people can just use them wherever. I just feel restricted. I feel like there are rules with this palette, even though there aren't. I just feel like it's slightly restrictive. I don't know. So I'm going to pop those shades out and then we can see what we have left. Okay, so these are the only shades left in this palette that I have to use. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shades. And something that I've noticed about this palette that maybe isn't my personal preference is that there are only 5 mattes in this whole palette. I have learned I'm a matte girl. I like some mattes. I like being able to switch up my crease a lot and then stick to the same kind of shimmers. There are so many shimmers in this palette. It is crazy, and I don't know, I find that it can get a little bit boring because I find that there are the cool tone mattes and then the slightly warmer tone mattes that go together. You can do 2 crease looks with those, and then it's just an abundance of shimmers. So I'm going to try and finish these shades. However, I feel like the looks are going to be very, very similar. Maybe it's just my creativity recently not being the best. But yeah, these are the shades that I have left. I'm a little bit nervous, I'm not going to lie. Hopefully I can do something semi-creative with them, but they're all very neutral shimmers, and I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So with that being said, those are the looks from this month. And I am going to pick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 new single eyeshadows to refill this palette and have another round of No Pan Left Behind. I'm very, very excited. I'm actually hoping for some neutrals. Ideally, what would be quite good is to get some mattes that would work with these shimmers. I think that would be amazing. However, we all know the randomization tool is random. So we can keep our fingers crossed, we can hope, but I don't know if it's going to go our way. So let me get my completely random app. Okay, so I've got it to 1 to 129. I have 129 single eyeshadows in my collection, which is crazy. Actually, I'm going to clear history. Okay, so we're going to roll 1. Okay, 2. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Love that. Number 3 is 67. Okay, number 4, 53. 5, 90. 6 is 76. And the final number 7 is 87. Okay, let me get those shades out of my singles. Comment down below, what do you think we're going to get? Let me know. I have no idea. I'm very scared. Okay, let me know. What color story are we manifesting for me today? Let me know. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. I'm scared. I'm scared. Okay, you guys, I have my shades and I'm really, really excited. So I'm going to fill this palette together. So of course, we have our 2 shades that are remaining. So the green is Apparition from NBA Cosmetics. It's one of those green to brown duochromes. And then the orange is Revolution Maxi Reloaded palette shade number 1. So let's fill this palette. I'm really excited. So our first shade is the shade Cheese Dust from J-Star. These two are very, very similar, so maybe we'll have some clashing there. Because it's just a No Pan Left Behind project, I'm not too fussed of having quite similar shades. Next, we have the Revolution Maxi Reloaded shade number 8. Look at this purple. That is such good contrast between the orange and the purple. Hopefully I can do quite a fun look with those. That would be really, really good. I'm very excited about that. Next, I have the shade Feline from BarryM, which is a really nice light champagne shimmer. I think that will probably be an inner corner kind of shade, but I'm really happy about that. I'm happy to have a pretty easy shade. Then I have Bloody Mary from the Pastel Roses, which is a vibrant pinky red shimmer. That would go so well with this purple. It'll also go really well with the oranges. So I'm very, very happy about that. Next, this provides even more contrast and I'm so excited about this one. This is the shade R26 from the Revolution Maxi Reloaded palette. Are we ready? Look at that. How cool is that color story? I think that's going to go really well with the purple, the pink, the oranges, some contrasting fun colors. I'm very happy about that. So next is one of my favorite shades from the Pastel Roses, of course. And this is the shade Sunlight. And that is what that shade looks like. It'll go really well with these oranges. I think maybe a look just with these is like a pretty gimme look. So I'm very happy with that. And then the final shade is another shade from the Pastel Roses. However, it is unnamed. I don't have any tag on the back of it. This is what it looks like. It's a very neutral, cool toned shimmer. I really, really love it. Unfortunately, not many shades that can go well with my remaining Natasha Denona Glam shimmers. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll do pretty well. I love this color story. So up on top is what the old color story looks like. This is the new color story. I think I've had this green in for quite a few months now. So I'm going to try and get that out, get that used. But I just really love this little palette. I think it's very kind of Circo Loco. I really, really like it and I'm really excited to do some looks with this palette. And that's something that I love about this project. I love that I have incorporated a 9-pan single eyeshadow palette. because a lot of my single eyeshadows do often get neglected, and I really don't want that. I don't want neglected eyeshadows. So if I can incorporate them with as many projects as I can, I will be very, very happy. I'm just so excited about this little palette. I'm not going to be rolling in another pre-made palette just because I do have a fair few shades left in here to use up. So these two up top and then a few down the bottom as well. I am getting some opinions on this palette. The quality's nice. However, I would like some more mattes. I'm a matte girl. This is what I'm learning. I'm a matte gal. But yeah, let me know if there's any looks that you would do with these palettes down below. I would love to hear your thoughts, your opinions. How can I use these new shades? And with that being said, this is where I'm gonna love you and leave you guys. I hope you did enjoy this video and you liked the looks that I did this month. I would love it if you would subscribe because I am here for you every single day, 7 days a week, so you will not get bored here on this channel. I hope you do join us for tomorrow's video. And with that being said, I will say goodbye.